What's up, man?
It is Thursday, my dudes.
Yes, it is. Welcome back to WunderCAST. I'm your host, Riker Taylor, joined in studio with producer Alex, and we're just vibing. So we've finally gotten some of these equipment issues that have seemingly been haunting us for several months. Knock, knock, knock. Yes. Fixed, hopefully. So if you're watching this, you'll notice that my audio is not hopefully super desynced with my video, which has been the case for the last, several podcasts at least?
Yeah, at least probably 4 or 5.
Yeah. I don't know what has happened, but something started screwing up our camera, and that is just the audio is always like ahead of the video feed, at least for the main cam. And so when we do episodes that are just Alex and I, it's been desynced on my video, and if it's me and a guest, then it's been desynced on the guest video, and it's just not been fun. It's just not been a good thing. So now we're back up and rolling, hopefully. So yeah, well, as Alex mentioned, it's Thursday. It's Thursday afternoon. It's been kind of a nice, chill Thursday afternoon. Like, just been up here at the office getting some stuff done. We got a new tripod in. That's kind of been fun. It's like 1,000,000 pounds, though. Alex is going to have fun moving that around. So
The good thing is I won't be able to knock it over.
Yeah, that's why I bought it. Not just so that you could knock it over, but just so it wouldn't get knocked over in general.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. But no, it's been a pretty cool week. Alex, you were on a vacation in Colorado. How was that?
It was excellent. I love the mountains.
Yeah.
Got a lot of stuff done, nature walks, hikes, whitewater rafting. Just kind of hung out.
Nice.
Spent a lot of money, more than I wanted to, but
you got to do that sometimes.
Yep.
Retail therapy or something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So really for today, I didn't necessarily have too much of like a planned topic, which I know is a shocker for everyone listening to this, that we're just really going into these blind, at least the ones without a guest. But yeah, the last couple episodes, we did one with Jonathan and we did one with Michelle. We need to get Greg on here at some point. We need to get Josh here when he's back. But yeah, the last couple of ones were all about like marketing and the people business and branding, and we've kind of been on that trend. So we'll keep it up today, talking about some more tactile things that you can do as a business owner that'll help out your brand. And I want to talk a little bit about the Amazon and Tesla brands today. Alex, are you ready for that? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Is the short answer.
Okay. I actually think, though, with all the conspiracies that fly around with the Tesla and the Amazon one, the X-Files theme song would have been the better choice. Yes. Amazon and Tesla. That's the topic of discussion today. Yeah. Oh, I love that one so much. I just find random ways to tee it up. But the reason I want to talk about the Amazon and Tesla brands is because Amazon has obviously been a household name for probably at least 10 years.
Yep.
And really probably 15. Tesla is really come on more in the last 5 years, although they've been around for a while. More and more people have learned about them really in the last 3 years, honestly. But the reason I want to talk about them is because they're both unique in their market spaces, in terms of like how they came about, the types of people that run them, and just their product and service in general. And one thing that comes to mind when it comes to Amazon is if you go back, Amazon rode this wave of the internet, this little thing called the internet. They rode that wave in the late 90s, early 2000s. I think most people know that at this point. But they were like the first one to just sell books. That's all they used to do. They used to just sell books. And like they went up against like Barnes & Noble and stuff like that. But they were doing the online book sales before like Barnes & Noble and before, all these different major book retailers. And in fact, they've been single-handedly responsible for destroying some book retailers. Barnes & Noble has stuck around. I'm not quite sure how. When was the last time you were in a Barnes & Noble, Alex?
To actually shop?
Yeah.
Uh,
What else would you do there? I'm curious.
Oh, to walk in through the mall, because the one in Lubbock, that's an entryway, so it's kind of like a segue into the mall.
Oh, so you literally hi Barnes and Noble. You're just the gateway to get me where I actually need to go.
Basically,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So to actually shop,
to actually shop in there. To be fair, when I was collecting pop vinyls, it was probably more like 2 years ago. But to actually shop in a Barnes and Noble, I don't read.
Yeah.
So never.
Reading? What's that? Right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, if you were an avid reader, you might pop in there a little bit more. Who's to say? But I mean, with Amazon now, but what's funny though, Amazon started off just selling books, and now they sell so many other things that they do have books for sale still. But Audible is like their main thing, and that's some people don't know this, but Audible is owned by Amazon, and so like they went from doing physical book sales online to doing digital book sales that you can download to your phone and like tangibly. You still can't hold it because it's digital, but like they changed it now where you can. I don't know. The medium is just different. It's interesting to see that shift, but that's kind of what I want to talk to about them. Is these are brands, and I know I've just kind of talked mostly about Amazon, but Tesla too, that have come into a marketplace, disrupted it, and then they've evolved themselves over time. Because to continue to be a disruptor, you always have to be disrupting, right? That's how it works. We need like a math sound effect, I think, like a scientific one.
Yeah, we do. I was looking for something.
What is the sound of? Is it the X-Files one that flies with that meme of the lady with all the different? You know what I'm talking about?
I've never actually heard any audio with that. I've only seen it as like a GIF.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you might be right. Anyway, we need like the sound effect version of that GIF.
Yes.
But yeah, that's what makes Amazon unique, is that they disrupted the marketplace in the late 90s, early 2000s, and then fast forward to today, and they're still disrupting things. Whether it be like the tech space with AWS and Amazon Web Services and all the things they're doing there, to they're still disrupting the retail space, and then they're disrupting the shipping space. I mean, like they've gone from shipping everything through USPS or UPS or whatever to now Amazon's starting to get like their own fulfillment. You know, they've got their own planes, they've got their own warehouses, they've got their own delivery trucks. I mean, depending on where you're at in the world, you still might get your Amazon package from UPS or FedEx or something like that, USPS. But in certain places, you'll actually get your Amazon delivery from an Amazon person, and it might actually be a drone that you get within 30 minutes of ordering it. So let's talk about that a little bit, Alex. Let's talk about market disruption and keeping it going. Like I know I talked about Amazon, but who's a couple of other brands that you feel like do that?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody, but let me see if I can't brainstorm something while I'm thinking of this point. To your point earlier that Amazon started as like a book selling company, they also disrupted eBay.
Yes.
eBay used to be that online retailing kind of thing, and then for whatever reason, even Morgan thinks the same thing. She refuses to shop on eBay because it's trashy. So I don't know. I was like, I used to buy stuff off of eBay all the time.
I don't mind eBay.
No, I don't either.
It's a little. I think eBay is sketchy.
Sure, yeah.
Like you don't always know, but you also don't always know what you're getting from Amazon.
Exactly.
So like,
I was gonna say they're the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You know, in the eye of the beholder. But for some reason, eBay got the stigma that they were sketchy, and Amazon is like, oh. Yeah, no.
But I think that actually that's a point that as I drop my lid here, okay, that's actually kind of a funny point that I want to dissect a little bit more. Why do you feel like Amazon was able to their businesses? They obviously there's a lot of differences, right? But at their core, especially starting out, Amazon and eBay were very similar in certain ways. One got this one reputation and one got another reputation. What do you think that was? It has something to do with the way they branded and marketed and positioned themselves. But what in your mind is that?
Obviously, my mind, first off, goes to like the logo.
Okay.
You look at the old eBay logo, and it looked like a ransom letter.
It's true.
I mean, you get something from eBay, and maybe something happens. But
You owe us $5,000.
Yeah, right. Well, especially now, if you go look at eBay now, there's a lot of, well, depending on what you're looking for, you might find some like really sketch stuff. So I think they just leaned into it.
Yeah.
Or somebody did at least. But I think that was part of it, is the way that they branded themselves. eBay looked a little bit like the Craigslist version of Amazon.
Craigslist?
Right? Yeah.
Is that a plug for the RIP?
Go watch the RIP.
Episode 5. Out now. 5. Yep. Yeah. YouTube, Facebook.
Yep. But yes, they were kind of like the Craigslist of online retail. And I think it just didn't do them any favors, whereas Amazon was a little more user-friendly, was a little more pretty to look at, and eBay didn't really get with the times until it was a little too late. So I think that's what has to do with it.
Yeah. No, but I like that. See, that was a good example of like why we're talking about these brands is Amazon is obviously doing something where and it's, again, you can get sketchy and stuff off Amazon and like stuff that maybe arrives broken, but it just doesn't, it feels better. Like I do, even though I do shop on eBay still, I feel better shopping on Amazon. And I think it's because of like their website and their color scheme and their logo makes me happy with the smile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's all those subtleties.
Yeah. There's a lot of subtle things there that they've, I think they took into account when they first started, really pushing themselves.
Oh, billions of dollars in user research doesn't help.
No,
or it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that definitely helped with their image, their brand image. Some.
Mm-hmm. So that's Amazon for you. So if you're listening to this, you're like, well, okay, it's fun to hear two guys talk about Amazon, but I know a lot of stuff. Here's your tangible takeaways. If you're jumping into a marketplace and you're going to disrupt it, that's great, but you've got to continue to disrupt things, but you also have to be cognizant of how you appear. Are you appearing like an eBay? Are you appearing like an Amazon? Now, eBay is still wildly successful, but they're not near the level of Amazon. So if you want to be eBay, that's fine. Like you can make money. eBay makes money, but Amazon makes some money, and they've got scale. They've got the employees, they've got the brand. eBay or Amazon is somebody that I think will still be here in 20 years. eBay, I don't know. Jury's still out on that one. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I think that's kind of up in the air as to where eBay's future kind of lands.
Yeah. If you told me Amazon was going to be here in 20 years, I would be shocked.
Did you say wasn't?
Well, yeah, like if you said, "Hey, Amazon's not going to be here in 20 years," I'd be shocked.
Yeah,
but if you said, "Hey, eBay's not going to be around in 20 years," I'd be like, "That makes sense."
Yeah,
dying concept, yeah. I don't know. It's just something about it. But now let's shift focus over to Tesla. So Tesla is a newcomer to the audio industry, and clearly they're disrupting things not only just by being a new car brand, but fundamentally from the ground up, reshaping people's perception of what a car should be and how it should work and what it should be powered by. I mean, like Tesla has put the electric car market on their back. Before you had Tesla, you had the Prius?
Yeah, Prius was one, and it was a hybrid, wasn't it? It wasn't gas, or it wasn't.
It's still gas.
Electric. Yeah.
But it just had some batteries in it that got charged every time you used the brakes.
Right.
So,
which was an interesting concept, to be fair. Like, I know Prius gets a bad rap, but they did a pretty decent job.
Look like.
Well, right. I was about to say, at least Tesla did that. They were like, hey, I know that this is an electric car, but we can actually make it look cool.
And see, that's why I want to talk about them, because they disrupted the market, but they were like, if we're gonna do this, let's freaking do this the right way. And their cars look pretty sick. I think the only one that I have a problem with is the Model 3 just kind of looks like an RC car. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I feel like somebody's over there with a remote control.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of those things that they took into consideration, especially because, I mean, arguably, Tesla does a really good job of making their cars look sporty.
Yeah.
And so it's exciting to look at.
They just feel powerful.
Yeah.
Like, have you been in a Tesla?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I was in the passenger seat of a Tesla, and I had to have them let me out because I got sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
The G-force, literally the G-force and the acceleration was just too much for my stomach to handle, quite literally. So I won't be buying a Tesla anytime soon, or at least I won't be stomping on the brake or the accelerator pedal like the guy that was driving was doing to try to show it off.
Right.
Yeah, those things have some zip. And then we were in a Model 3, which is the one I said looked like an RC car, and that thing still kicks some butt.
Yep.
Anyway, Tesla has this perception about them now that they're like good for the environment or getting better for the environment, that they're shaping things. Like they've got this overall decent public perception. They're also disrupting not only the car industry, not only with the like battery technology, but the interior. Like I was actually having a conversation earlier today with someone. Why weren't car makers putting in giant screens 10 years ago? The technology was there, honestly, but why weren't they doing it? Well, because no one else was doing it, and so no one had to, because no one was used to it, and so by not doing it, they weren't missing out. And then Tesla comes along and does it, and then now everyone is doing giant screens with all this infotainment stuff in them. You've got all these like safety features like the lane, keeping the car in the lanes automatically. It's not full on autonomous driving like the Tesla has, but there's like a ton of car makers that are jumping into this like technology side. And it's just been very interesting to see like Tesla come along and, get this private funding and have Elon at the top, shaping it with, like his vision for what it should be, dumping in that technology, dumping in the cars. And what's really interesting, and this is what people probably don't understand, is that Tesla is not a car company. Tesla is a data company. Data is the number one thing. Just like Facebook is not a social network, Facebook is a data company. Tesla's real money comes from all the data that they collect and they're able to use to their advantage. I mean, like if you have a Tesla, like they're tracking you. They're tracking your behaviors inside of it. They're doing all of these things, right? Let's make no mistake that that's what's happening here. And that's where they're kind of making their money. But even still, they have this better public perception because they've been able to do some good things. And I'm not even saying that them tracking you is bad necessarily. Like I'm fine. Like if I enjoy driving a Tesla and that's just part of the gig, I'm fine with that. But the reason I picked them again, though, is just because they're doing some special things and they're single-handedly making the car industry change. I mean, Chevy is now about to discontinue the gas version of the Camaro, go only into electric, and it's about to be a 4-door sedan Camaro. So the Camaro, as we know it, is kind of like, wah, 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 wah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I can almost guarantee you this 4-door version is going to kick the ass of the 2-door gas one, simply because of the type of technology it is. Dodge is releasing a Challenger that's going to have like 888 horsepower, all electric powered. It's going to go 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
Yep.
So, I mean, electric is just fundamentally a better, faster technology than gas is in that regard. But anyway, coming full circle, as much as it's been fun to just have a general dialogue about this, the tangible takeaways are disruption is cool, but you have to continue to disrupt. And Tesla is continuing to push the bounds. They're always redesigning their cars, little iterations here and there, and getting better and pushing the bounds of like, oh, people may leave their pets inside the car when they're inside. Let's launch a dog mode, automatically display on the TV screen or on the screen inside of it that, everything's turned on and the dog is fine or the pet is fine. Like those little subtle things like that they're doing constantly to just listen to their users and adapt and change. And that is the key takeaway. Tesla and Amazon both build for the customer. They're very different things, but that at the end of the day is branding and marketing, just excellence and euphoria, is designing your system, your service, your product, whatever, with the customer in mind and evolving and adapting that over time. Because you could spend like 5 years creating a product, you'll put it out there and you still won't have thought of everything. And so the public's still going to be pissed about something. So you've got to now take that feedback that you're getting and adjust your product. And that's how you disrupt and stay disruptive, is listening to your customers. So there you go. This is probably the longest winded, deepest into the episode we've ever been to get to the main point. But it's listen to your customers and adapt your product to match. Boom. I've been watching Alex over there for like a solid 5 minutes, just like, this is fun, but we're the meat and potatoes of this. It's listen to your customers. So Alex, what do you have to say on that?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think that kind of is self-explanatory in a lot of ways, but yet people, when they get too big, or I don't know, companies when they get too big don't continue to follow that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or they reach a certain threshold and they're like, we know what we're doing. We don't need to listen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's what the case is, but yeah, I think these two companies do a very good job of listening to the customer.
Yeah.
To their own detriment sometimes.
Yeah. And that's a whole other topic for a whole nother time. But the little bit I'll say on that front is, if you have to discern what your customers give to you, right? Like, you have to be the filter. Just because somebody's giving you an idea or a thing that they want done, you need to take that and you need to align that with A, are other people giving you that feedback, or is that a one-off thing? B, is that in line with the overall mission, vision, and goals of the company and with just the point of the product in the first place? And C, is it something that's even like practical and doable? If it checks all of those boxes, then yeah, probably want to roll it out. If it doesn't check any of those boxes, even if it checks two but not the third, even then it might not be the right fit. In my opinion, that's one of those things. You've got to check all three of those boxes in order for it to be something to roll out. It's got to be good for your company. Like, it's got to be profitable and easy to roll out. It's got to be something lots of people are needing and wanting. And I just totally freaking forgot my third point there. I went down my list. We're going to have to like rewind and go back in time. I was teed up. I listed them off and I just like totally brain farted there. What was it? It was price. Oh, does it align with your company? Is core values? Yes. And so that's the other thing too. Like, it could make financial sense and it could make sense for your customers. But if it doesn't line up with who you are fundamentally, your heart will never be in it and it'll never be everything it could be. And if you can't step into something and have it be everything it could be, then you just shouldn't do it at all. There it is. Listen to your customers. Branding and Marketing 101. That's how you make better branding and make better marketing. That's how you get to be an Amazon one day. That's how you get to be a Tesla and disrupt and continue to disrupt. Any other parting words, Alex?
No, I don't think so. I think that covers it pretty well.
Well, let's wrap it up.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. It was kind of fun doing this. It was like just very low key. I enjoyed it. Catch some of our other episodes, especially the future ones, because we've got some really cool guests upcoming. Plugging future episodes here, but some really cool guests upcoming. We've had some really cool guests in the past. Alex and I have had some pretty cool discussions in the past, so just check it out. Check out Brand Love. Check out The Rip. Check out our website. If you need marketing, if you need podcasts for your own business like what we're doing here, we can do that for you. We can make it fit whatever format you want. If you want it to be fun and playful like we do, if you want it to be super serious and just legit, not that we're not legit, but you know what I mean. We can do that too.
I get to hit one more on the way out. We are legit.
All right. Peace.